Welcome to another food adventure with Getting Lost. Today, sometimes the food just speaks for itself and you just have to let it talk. Sometimes the food tastes much better than it looks. And other times, you just let it talk again. So we are back at Beauty World Food Center. It is not closed down like I thought it was. So let's get eating! Welcome to another food adventure with Getting Lost. Today we are back at Beauty World Food Center because in one of my comments on my videos, someone actually told me that this place is still open. So I did a bit of research and this is what I found out. Yes, it is still open, but their future is uncertain. They actually asked the hawkers to actually come back to open up their stores, but their future is not certain. They are actually extending it until Chinese New Year. So for those of you who didn't get a chance to come here to eat the food, this is your second chance. You have until Chinese New Year before they close this place down. Or at least that's what they plan to do. As you can see, we're actually at Upper Bukit Timah Road, and that is Beauty World MRT station, one of the exits. If you actually walk down this direction, follow the row of shop houses. Over there, as you can see, is Al Azhar. This is where we went to for our Indian Muslim food adventure, where we ate quite a few food there, a few different types of foods there. But inside the food center itself, if you go down to basement 1, there is a cafe. So you go down the escalator from the level 1, and the name of the cafe is actually called May's Cafe. So they sell the usual items like mee rebus, mee siam, local favorites, and also sell coffee and tea, and then also toast. But what's interesting is their nasi lemak. Okay, first of all, the egg itself, even though the egg is yolk is cooked, but the egg is still have a very nice and soft texture. Eating it together with the rice, it's actually very nice. But the rice itself, the rice actually has a very nice and fragrant coconut smell. And look at the amount of onions they put together with the chicken wing. And then there's of course a sweet sambal. And then you also have achar, which is preserved vegetables like cucumber, which is actually crunchy. And ikan bilis goes very well with the chili and the rice. And I say also the rice itself, which is actually very good, nice texture to it, and then it has a nice coconutty smell, which you don't normally expect from a nasi lemak you get from such a cafe. But they actually do the nasi lemak here really well. A surprise and a good try if you're actually at this location to come in and try. If you remember from our last visit, the food center is actually on top of the roof here, which is on the 4th floor, which is accessible by going up this series of escalators. So you go the series all the way up to the 4th floor. And actually is an open air food center. And if you remember previously, we tried this fried kway teow, which was very good. A must try if you're here, if you like char kway teow. And then another one is, as you can see, is an open air food center with as you can see, this portion here where the sun comes in, which is very warm. At the end of the row here is actually top 100. They are also still here. You can eat ban mian and dry ban mian with a very spicy sauce, which is actually quite good. Over here, you come here to try something different, which is Japanese food from this place called Buta Kin. So this is the shop itself. So you just go to the counter there, place your order, and then the person will give you a number. Come back when the LED flashes your number. So this is the ramen itself. I ordered the special one. So the special one comes together with seaweed and the egg. So here's the seaweed. Okay, and then you have the Japanese style char siu. Then you have the egg with the runny yolk. And then you have some spring onions. And then you have some, I think, seaweed together with the ramen itself and the soup. One thing is, for this bowl itself, a normal bowl of ramen without, not the normal one without the seaweed and the egg, is $5. This is the special one, it's $6.50, which is a very cheap ramen, even though it is in from a hawker center. Normal hawker center won't charge you so cheap, but everything else is just normal except for the char siu. Is one of the tender, they do it really well, it's crispy, it's flavorful, it's tasty, it's just so good. The only thing that is really good about the ramen noodle is the char siu. So if you come here, don't expect much from the rest of the ingredients, but the char siu itself is really good. Next up is a favorite here, which is called Hambaobao. So they actually make gourmet burgers at food court prices. So their burgers are around $5 to $6 per burger. Okay, so this is their classic beef. Okay, so you have nicely cooked bun, okay, lettuce, and then you have patty. The patty itself, when you bite it, you can actually taste that there's actually beef in there. Okay, and then together with that, they have cheese and a tomato sauce. So once you bite the burger, first of all, you get the taste of the tomato sauce, and then the cheese will hit you. After that, the pickles, and then you can get the nice beefy texture, which is very good. So this place here makes very good beef, very good burgers, and you should come down here and try before Chinese New Year, and then after that, we do not know where they will go. Besides eating there, I also took away 2 of their other burgers to take home and eat. Unfortunately, the burgers were a bit smashed up because the food center is a bit far from my home. But the burger is still good. Well worth the travel there just to eat their burger. Their burger itself is a bit small, but it's not lacking in the patty portion. The patty portion is thick and full of meat. It's like dense. Okay, this one is the ayam buah keluak burger. So it's the chicken with buah keluak. Buah keluak is a very Nyonya item. Okay, so basically it's a patty, okay, with chicken, minced chicken, and this buah keluak inside. And then you also have chap chai with some kind of like a mixed vegetable stew, which they actually put in the cabbage and the fungus from that, and they probably put in some sauce, and together with the sambal belacan sauce on the bun itself. Basically, when I actually ate it after I take back home, the belacan and other sauces have actually been soaked up by the bun itself, but the patty itself is still good, still flavorful. When you bite into it, you can taste that it's a very different type of chicken patty, and it's dense and it's full of flavor. They do it very well. Next up, I also ordered the spicy pulled pork burger. As you can see, there's actually some coleslaw on top, and then there's a spicy pulled pork underneath. This one also, as you can see, the ingredients actually soaked into the bun itself, but that doesn't change that it's still a very good burger, and it's actually dense. When you bite into it, you can actually feel the pulled pork inside there, and it's a lot. Even though the burger is small, size of like maybe Moss burger, but the patty itself is generous in the sense that they actually pack everything inside. Okay, and this is as you can see here, this is the ayam buah keluak, a burger. Look at the thickness of the patty itself. This is all full of chicken and then buah keluak, and you can see they should put in chili inside there, so you can look at the one whole cross section of the patty itself. Full of flavor, very delicious. And this is the pulled pork. Let me focus a bit. As you can see, full. So even though the burgers are small, but The patty itself is very generous, packed full of ingredients, and yummy, delicious. A very, very good place to eat an artisanal burger. Please drop by, please do yourself a favor and go down there and eat it before they close the shop. Anyway, I have came back to Beauty World Food Center. I've went back and eaten the food there, and I must say it's a very unique place to come. A bit out of the way, but still worth a trip down. Thank you very much for joining me for this revisit of Beauty World Food Center. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to join me for my next food adventure. Bye bye.